Okay, so pretty much for Mothra.
Hey, Steve.
Oh, wait, don't come in yet, Arnaz. No, hey, Arnaz. Arnaz, it's just a toy.
Where do you keep getting this butt from?
What is I gotta review further.
No, give me the butt spray. I'll save you, Steve.
Arnaz, no, I hate you so much. Hey guys, welcome back to Super Unimportant Reviews. My name's Steve, and today we'll be going over the SH MonsterArts Mothra from Bandai and Tamashii Nation. This is the version of Mothra that you see in Godzilla and Mothra Battle for Earth. And for the actual character, I really do love her, because she was one of the first characters that I realized that can actually die in the film being a good guy, because one of the earliest movie I watched with her in it is Godzilla vs. the Thing, where she ends up getting killed by Godzilla trying to defend her egg, which ended up giving birth to two larvas, and they fight Godzilla and end up saving the day anyways. But it was just a really different movie for me when I was a kid, and for that, I've just had a really nice fixation for the character, and plus she's actually had her own movies with the original Mothra and then the Rebirth series later on, which are actually really nice movies. Even though the second one's kind of kiddie, but we'll get past that. And I just thought it'd be really nice to get her in my collection anyways, just because, especially with this version, I already got the Batra and the Godzilla, might as well get her and complete the movie. So for the packaging, I really love the image of the toy on here. Granted, I wish they would have had the more open packaging where it has like the plastic over here or somewhere, where you can actually see the toy on the inside, but this is a lot more reminiscent of the Batra packaging, so I'm glad they kept on with the continuation of that. And it's one of the 60th anniversary toys, came out in 2014. On top, it says Mothra. On this side, more Mothra. This side, even more Mothra, but now with a black and white dynamic pose. And then for the back, just more poses, and it also gives us Batra on the back, and it shows this awesome cute cuddle pose where they're talking from the movie. And then they're about that Mortal Kombat. And then more Japanese gibberish. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's get her opened up out of her cardboard prison. So for starters, we're going to go over her display stand, which, getting right out of here. I really do love how they do these stands where they put like the images down here, and I especially really like these ones because this is the image they see in the hieroglyphics from the Mothra caves in the movie, which is really nice. And then I got over here, I got the Batra one just to give you guys a comparison, which they're pretty much the exact same other than the Batra one is just red and the Mothra one's yellow, which I actually like the Mothra one a little better just because it stands out a lot more. So getting that out of the way. And another thing that's really cool is that for her stand, they actually gave her a bigger cradle for her to sit on, which one little problem I had with Batra is this is the cradle that he came with, which he seems to fall off it really easy nowadays. So granted, when I was showing him, he jiggled like if you move it, but it wasn't so bad. But it's really nice that they added this because it seems like it holds her a lot more securely. Which, when you're putting this on, you want to have the big portion of this going towards the back part of her abdomen. So when you sit her down on it, you want to get all the little legs in between each of the little grooves here. And then you just get it nice and flush. And there, pretty much she is on her stand. Which, I wouldn't really want to play with this a whole heck of a lot when you get it on there. Pretty much, because that'll happen still. Especially on mine, because mine seems really loose up here. Hold on, be right back. Alright, let's get her fixated on the actual display stand and getting it to where it actually would hold her up. It does hold her in pretty nice. And it's a little bit more secure than what we got with the Batra one. So if it jiggles, it stays in a little bit. But I would really recommend, if you're going to keep her on the stand, try to keep it somewhere where it's not going to get bumped or messed with, because I would be so afraid if she fell off this thing, because she's got a lot of little parts that I could see easily breaking, like the antennas here. So if she dive bombed, I could see these popping off. And especially with the way the wings are designed, which we'll get right into this. Going over detailing. With the wings here, they're a really hard plastic, which they seem like they'd be really sturdy, but if they fell, like she fell off your shelf and landed like that, I could see this breaking, which is a little bit of a bummer, but overall detailing is like on these wings, they're just fantastic. Because I really love the ridges here, where it kind of gives that reminiscence of how she looked in the movie with the way she was like just pretty much one giant prop. And this was how like the cloth would have came across, which it's a really awesome look for her. And I really love the way the fuzz came out on here for her body. Like, she looks fantastic getting out of the shot. And then for her face, that pretty much came out pretty well spot on. I really love the blue bug eye look she's got going on here. And then with her mouth here, which for me it's a little hard to get open, especially with me trimming my nails and stuff because it seems to want to push in a lot. But overall, like, her face just turned out phenomenally. Then under here, you still get more of the designs from the wings. And I love how the fluff came over on the wings here, especially coming along here. Like, it just looks great. And then with her abdomen here. And it's just, in terms of being, for all the Godzilla monsters, she's probably one of my favorites just in terms of overall color variety. Like, she is just a really nice toy to just look at herself, especially when she's looking at you, like she's going to mess up your day. Like, just look at how much color comes across on her. And it's just really great that they ended up giving us a nice representation of her in terms of look. And I also really love how they did these legs. Which, getting into a little bit of the articulation, her mouth can move in and out, which is going to be really hard to show you guys because my nails are trimmed. But if I can get her open, yep, there we go. So her mouth moves in and out, which is really nice. And these antennas are on a little bit of a ball joint, so technically they move too, but I wouldn't really play with these if I were you guys. And then for her head, they're on ball joints here and here. So she gets a lot of range of motion, which is really, really awesome. Especially since she could look down nicely and everything. And then for her legs here, they're on little ball joints too, but they also have these little bends here, which one thing I noticed is these legs will still pop off randomly on occasion, but like as you can see right there. But for the most part, they actually stand pretty well. Like if I mess around with this leg, it's not so bad. And they're on little ball joints here, 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 and then up here at the bends. But for me, her legs actually work a lot better than what Batra's were. So that's one actual nice thing that they did where they actually upgrade the figure a little bit, because I could see them just reusing the pretty much the same things between the two guys. And then for her wings, they move up and down. They don't really have like a forward and back motion like Batra had a little bit. And then her secondary wings can also move up and down. It's really nice. And the one thing is a little bit of an eyesore for these is right here. You can see where the pin goes in through these. While on Batra, it covered up really nicely, but hers, they just kind of sit out, and you can see them on like the back of her wings here, which it's not like a big thing, but it's there. And then for her abdomen, each of these little sections are ball joints here too. And another thing I want to point out is for the abdomen, like it has a nice range of motion, which is cool. And as you can see, it's not really popping off on me. which just makes me so happy with this guy. So an overall articulation, I think they actually did a really awesome job on this, and it's a nice improvement over the Batra figure. And especially with the cradle and whatnot, like I just can't get over how much I actually really like this toy. And for a quick comparison, here's the gain altogether from the movie with Batra, Godzilla, and Mothra, which this is by far the best thing in my display right now. And here's Mothra compared next to Batra, which is so many colors. And here he is next to the 2014 Godzilla from NECA, which this is what they're talking about doing for the sequel. Overall, the toy, I think Bandai did another amazing job with these. Because overall, in terms of articulation, just the design of the monster in general, I think it turned out pretty well spot on, and it's a really big improvement over the Batra figure, which I still really like the Batra figure, but for the price and everything, like this guy is just far above and beyond just that monster in general in terms of just being a toy. And it's a really awesome display item on your shelf because it's a very eye-catching toy with all the bright colors and everything going on with it. And I think it would make a very awesome addition to anyone's collection. So what do you guys think? Are you guys a fan of Mothra? Have you guys seen the Rebirth movies? Or are you guys just not a fan of insects like Arnez? Please let us know in the comments. Why are you even here?
Because I gotta kill it. Kill it with fire.
Not fire. I need it alive. If you guys do, leave us a question in the comments. We'll also have closer pictures of them on my Facebook. You want to click the link in the description below. Hey, if you like this video and want to see more stuff like this, please give us a like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.
Bye-bye.